and say no.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. My name is elyyt, and today we're going to be going over some of the winter refresh cards that we should be expecting in about mid-February. I believe the estimated date is February 14th, but it could change depending on what promos they drop, because we are seeing Future Stars drop on the day that this video goes up, which is going to last us a couple of weeks. So I'm expecting the winter refresh to start a little bit after the Future Stars promo is over. Nonetheless, guys, we've got a lot to talk about in this episode, but the biggest question that we got in the last episode that I went over winter refresh cards, where we covered a lot of the headliners and some other cards, you can go check that out after if you want. But the biggest question was, how do you determine if a card is going to get upgraded or not? And it's a very tough question to answer. Now, I'm going to give you guys the general idea on how cards will get upgraded, and then we're going to talk about how Winter Refresh doesn't follow that completely. So if we take a look at last year's tweet from B. Walds, who is a very good trader, good friend of mine. This was last year in FIFA 19. You can generally see how the upgrade works. So we're going to go over this really quickly here. If Van Dijk goes from an 85 to an 87, which he actually went to 88, but if he goes to an 87 from an 85, you can see his informs will also go up by 2 as well. So the Van Dijk 86 goes to 88, the 87 goes to 89, and the 87 goes to 89. So you see how he goes up by 2 ratings as well. And generally that's because all of his upgrades were +1, +1, +1. So it follows pretty similarly. It won't for every card, because you see how 81 and 82 rated get upgraded to 84, and then they go to 86, and then they go to 87. So it's a little bit different depending on the rating, but that is generally how it works. Now, FIFA, which is something I mentioned in the last video as well, is how you are able to determine what EA use for the rating upgrades. Now, sometimes you'll see a Roman Berkey go from an 82 rated to 85, which is exactly what happened last year, but they didn't use his card in the rating refresh. Instead, they waited until FIFA 20 came out before they upgraded the Berkey to 85 rated. So just because they're due for an upgrade doesn't mean EA will necessarily give him one, but 95% of the time they will, especially if it's a big upgrade like a +2 or a +3 or even a +1 on some of the better, more usable cards in the game. But they don't have to give them to everybody. Nonetheless, it's a pretty good assumption to tell which cards are going to get upgraded based on using FIFA. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at a little bit of a question on how these upgrades might not affect the informs or headliners or FUTMIS cards, which we are going to talk about in this episode. All of those different cards are getting upgraded in certain from certain guys. But the Robertson, who actually did go up to 83 rated, and the inform right here went up to 86 rated. But if he had only gone from 81 to 82 rated, and none of the stats overlapped the inform, so you can see how this 85 pace doesn't overlap the 86, the 60 shooting doesn't overlap the 62, none of those stats overlap, which means that that inform can just stay the same rating. And EA will leave them the same rating if none of the stats overlap and it still follows this. So if Robertson goes from 81 to 82 and it still follows the base rating special upgrade formula, they won't upgrade the card. So be careful if you're investing for cards that are between these ratings, like 78 and 79, 81 and 82, 84 and 85, like Jadon Sancho could be one of those cards where he's going to go from 84 to 85, but that doesn't mean the informs are going to get upgraded as well. So be very, very careful with cards like that. But generally, that's how it works. These are some of the potential upgrades from last year's, and that is basically how the formula works. The reason it's not a consistent upgrade formula, guys, is because of the fact that sometimes the stats overlap cards, even if they don't reach the rating they're at. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Santi Cazorla first, which is going to get an upgrade. Now, a cool little feature I've got in the bottom left of the screen for this episode I put together. You guys can actually see what the stats are going to get upgraded to for each card. So Santi Cazorla is going to go from an 82 to an 83, and those are what the stats are going to look like. But if you take a look at Santi Cazorla's base card here, goes from 82 to 83, we're going to look at this Inform 84, because that's the card that really matters here. So that 84 rated card is not overlapped on the pace, is it? it is. So you can see how the Santi Cazorla's pace is 61. That's his new base card at 83 rated. It overlaps the inform, which means that that inform has to get upgraded. Has to. Even if he didn't go from 84 to 85, it'll probably go from 84 to 86 just because of all the stats that overlap. So pace overlaps right there. Not only does pace overlap, it looks like, what is it? Dribbling doesn't overlap, passing doesn't overlap. It looks like it might just be pace on Santi Cazorla, but that's all it needs is one stat to overlap, and that card is going to get upgraded. And with that card getting upgraded, the Futmas card could very well get upgraded as well. So, given the fact that it is a pace difference, it might not affect the Futmas card, but if that inform goes to 86 rated, which it could, depending on what the stats are by the time that they drop. If it dropped right now, it looks like what will happen is the Futmas card will stay the same, but if any other stat overlaps, it might take the Futmas card to 87 rated. Could or could not, but we know that the inform is getting an upgrade. Next card we're going to look at is Lautaro Martinez. We talked about him in the last episode, but he actually got another upgrade, which means that his upgrade is going to be even more significant than what it was in the last video. Lautaro Martinez is going to go from 81 to 83 rating, and he could even go up to 84 by the time that EA actually do their winter refresh. So he's going to go up to 83 rating. And if you look at the stats, we're going to go ahead and compare it to the 84 and see if any of them overlap. And as you can see, the dribbling stat is the exact same, which means that they're probably going to upgrade it as well, especially if it's going to 83 rated. Now, very similar to the Santi Cazorla upgrade because it's an 81 or an 82 going to an 83. And with that being said, the 84 can go to an 85, which means that this 86 doesn't necessarily get upgraded, but it likely will. If you want to invest, though, go for the 84s. They will be going up in rating. They could go up to 85, or they will go up to 85, but they might go up to 86 as well. So they're guaranteed an upgrade if you want to invest in Lautaro Martinez. Next card we're going to go ahead and look at is called Fekir. So Fekir, obviously playing for Real Betis, has an 84 rated card so far this year. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at his physicality stat for the Nabil Fekir. So he's 84 rated already, and he has some upgrades as of right now, including this Futmas card. So if you have the Futmas Fekir, it is going to probably see an upgrade. Because if you take a look at the physicality stat, guys, physicality 79, and then you look at the 86 rated inform, also 79. So since that's getting an upgrade, it could send that 86 to an 87. Now, this depends on if EA are okay with some of the stats staying the exact same as their upgrades, but likely they're not going to be. Likely they're going to up the Fekir just by one rating, and the 86 will go to 87, and then the 87 will go to 88. So that's what we're expecting for Nabil Fekir. And that's going to be how it is for a few of them. Now, for this one, it's going to be a guaranteed 100% little upgrade for Wilfred Ndidi. And this is one of the biggest upgrades we're seeing. His 81 is actually going to go to an 84 rated card. And since we already know that this Wilfred Ndidi is going to 84, it doesn't actually matter if any of the stats overlap, which it looks like they do. However, it doesn't matter if the stats overlap because the rating overall overlaps. So the regular base card is going to be 84, and then Ndidi is going to take his inform from 84 to 86 rated. And given the fact that his inform is very usable, could be a decent investment because I think more and more people will use the Ndidi as he gets that higher upgrade for the Ndidi. All right, so that's a big one. We're going to go ahead and talk about one that you might not expect, and I'm not sure if it is fully deserved, but Wan Bussaco. So you can see his stats. All the stats are updating on the bottom left of your screen. Bussaco, where is he? All right, you can't type Bussaco to get it to pop up. Type in Wan. All right, Wan Bussaco. He started the year as a 79, and he's going to get an upgrade to an 81 rating. Now we're going to go and look at the passing because the passing on his new card is going to be 66, as you guys can see, and his passing on his inform / ones to watch is 66. So what we're going to see is that he's going to get an upgrade to an 81 rated base card, and then this inform is going to go to 84 rated. Now, they might not give it a huge upgrade, maybe a pace upgrade by 1, passing upgrade by 2, and maybe a physicality upgrade by 1 or 2. But it's not going to be huge different stats for all of the stats for Wan Bussaco. You're just going to see a little bit of an upgrade, but overall rating is going to change by 2, and he'll go from 82 to 84 rated. So that's what we're expecting for Wan Bussaco. Obviously, this is subject to change before winter upgrades come out. So if their head-to-head ratings, which is what we're using to determine this, drop at all in the next 2 weeks, then that means that they might not be subject to the exact same upgrade that we're talking about right now. But for most of them, they should stay just about the same. Next up, we're going to go ahead and talk about Sadio Mane, which we actually mentioned earlier. And this one's pretty straightforward. It's a lot easier to tell what their card is going to change to when they're higher rated, because once you get up past 85 rated, they only go up by 1 rating each time they get upgraded, unless it's like a team of the season, team of the year card, or special event card. So he started the year as an 88, but he's actually rated as a 90 right now. You can definitely see some of the stats overlap, but the rating overlaps, so we're going to see the upgrade. So his 89 rated card is going to go to 91. You're going to see the 90 rated Mane, it's going to go to 92. And then the 91 player of the month, Mane, is going to go to 93 rated. Now, with the team of the year, we are not going to see any stats overlap other than maybe pace, but it's not like the pace can go up any higher anyway. We have seen winter refresh affect team of the years in the past. Gerard Piqué's team of the year a couple years ago did get an upgrade. Am I expecting that for Sadio Mane? I am not expecting Sadio Mane to get upgraded. That doesn't mean they won't, but they probably won't. They have done it in the past, but I don't think it's going to happen here with Sadio Mane, because the only stat that could possibly overlap is that 99 pace, and it's not like you can get any higher anyways. So don't expect the team of the year to go up, but that player of the month will go from 91 to 93 if you have him. And if you want to trade, you can go and pick up the road to the final card, which is already going to go up to 92 rated. And if they continue through the Champions League, that could go 93, 94, 95, etc. So those cards, pretty solid investments if you want to pick them up early. We've still got a couple weeks until not team of the year, but until the winter refresh comes in mid-February. Next up, we're going to go and talk about Firmino. We're just going to go and skim over him because he's a pretty straightforward one as well. And we'll go ahead and take a look at his stats down in the bottom left as well. So we're seeing him start as an 86 rated. He's going to get upgraded to 88. So that's a +2 on the Roberto Firmino, which is quite a big upgrade, especially when you consider the fact that you need to upgrade the Scream card now. Now, although the Scream card isn't going to have too many stats overlap, you are going to see stats like passing, like shooting, are going to be affected by the fact that this 86 is, or this 88 rated gold card is overlapping with some of these other stats. And since it's already going to overlap with the overall rating, pretty simple, once you get past 85 rated, it is going to get upgraded. So we're going to see the 87 rated hero card and team of the year nominee and all that good stuff. They're going to go up to 89 rated. And then you're going to see the Scream Firmino go to 90. Whether his stats get hugely upgraded, probably not. Maybe a +1 or 2 on pace, maybe a +1 or 2 on shooting and passing. The physicality will probably stay similar. That kind of stuff. The defense will probably stay similar, but the other stats will get like a +1 or 2, and he'll go up to overall 90 rated. And it's already one of the best cards in the Premier League, so I would definitely consider keeping an eye on the Roberto Firmino, especially as these cards drop today with the FUT Future Stars promo, bringing down prices. He's already dropped about 80,000 coins, so make sure to take a look at him if you haven't yet. Next up, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Joshua Kimmich. This is one of those cards that may or may not get upgraded depending on what EA choose, but right now he is subject to go up to an 87 rating, which would simply push the 87 rated card to 88 rated. So you can see all the stats down there in the bottom left, but that's what the card would look like. The 87 rated right back and the CDM would be pushed to 88 rated. Pretty simple and straightforward, so we'll move on to the next card, which is going to be Andy Robertson. Another one of those cards, pretty straightforward, although he does have a team of the year, which isn't going to get changed by the upgrade, but he's going to go from 85 to 86 rated, and unless EA ignore the card, the 86 rated cards, which he has 3 of, actually, I guess the Inform and the Team of the Year nominee, those are going to go up to 87 rated as well. Next up, we're going to go ahead and look at Lewandowski again. Now, Lua was one of the cards that we talked about in the last episode, but he was only subject to get a +1 as of when I recorded a week ago for the last winter upgrade episode. This time, he's actually up again to a 91, which is completely deserved. I don't know why they gave him a downgrade in the first place for FIFA 20, but Robert Lewandowski chilling right now at an 89 gold card, but he's going to get up to 91 rated, which means that the 90 rated cards are going to be 92, the 91 rated cards are going to be 93, 92 is 94, and 93 is going to be 95. And you also got to consider the fact they're on a 2-game win streak. So this headliner Lewandowski could very well, in about 2 weeks, be 96 rated. All they got to do is beat Mainz away and then Leipzig, which is a tough game, but they play at home. If they win both those games, that gets an upgrade. And then he also gets a +2 from the winter refresh. That could be a 96 rated card in 2 weeks. So we know about this. Most people aren't looking at winter refresh. So cool. If you want a Lewandowski, now's the time to buy it. All right. Do not wait 2 weeks because he will be at least 95 rated. And if Bayern win 2 games, he'll be 96. And if he plays well in one of those games, he'll be 97 rated in 2 weeks. That is insane. And that is a card that you're definitely going to be wanting to pick up because he's guaranteed a +2 as it is. So that's what we're looking at for Lewandowski. I thought I'd bring him up again because he's got an even bigger upgrade than normal. Next up, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Onana. Andre Onana. He's going to get a big upgrade. And although I don't really cover the goalkeepers too much in my videos, this is a big upgrade. He's going to go up from 82 to 85 rated. 85 rated on Onana, which means that his 83 rated card is going to be 86, obviously. And the 84, we're not too sure, but probably 86 as well. Now, it is a +2 right now, but I don't think it'll be a +2 off of what the upgrade is unless the stats overlap again and they could go up to 87 because they did do that with Robertson last year. It's a very, very rare occurrence where they give them a double plus like special inform upgrade, whatever you call it. They've done it in the past where Robertson got upgraded from 81 to 83 rated and then his inform, instead of going from 84 to 85, went from 84 to 86 rated, which wasn't what the formula followed, but since he not only overlapped stats once, he overlapped stats again, and then obviously with the inform already getting the +1, and then the stats overlapping again, gets another +1 on the special card. Definitely a confusing situation. It has happened in the past, and I don't think it'll happen with any of the other cards that we've talked about. Maybe Onana is one of those cards just because of the current way they're rated. It's similar to how the Robertson moved last year. Anyway, even if he doesn't go up to 87, he'll go up to 86 on the M-Form, and that's quite a big upgrade. So definitely notable for the video. Next up, we're going to talk about Ricardo Pereira. This is a very good card. A very, very good card. Now, the only problem with it is there are other options. So as an investment, it might not be huge, but we're looking at the 82 rated going to 84 as a base card, which means that the 84 is going to move to 86 rated. And again, if there is a huge overlap in stats, could go to 87. Don't think so. So the 84 is going to go to 86, and then the 86 is going to go to 87. So we're seeing the 86 on a +1. The 84 is going to be on a +2. So either way, you can invest in Ricardo Pereira and expect him to get an upgrade on either of those cards. But remember, don't invest in the gold card. They will stay in the game as their 82. They just won't be in packs anymore. So that's kind of how that works. And Pereira, if you go ahead and take a look at the stats, because I forgot to update them in the bottom left, that's what they look like. So let's go ahead and fly through some of these last guys. We're going to go ahead and talk about Ben Yedder, Papu Gomez, and Benzema. So Ben Yedder, because he's such a huge value card this year, one of the most broken cards to play with and against, Ben Yedder is definitely going to be notable, even if it is only a +1 overall rating. So Ben Yedder with a +1, 83 to 84. Do any of the stats overlap? That is what we got to look for, because if none of the stats overlap, he might not get an upgrade on his 85. Even if that special upgrade is the rating upgrade would make sense, it doesn't matter if none of the stats overlap. So we're going to look at Ben Yedder. Is his pace higher? 86 to 84? Nope. Is his shooting higher? 82 to 85? Nope. Physicality, 61 to 63. Defense? No. dribbling, almost on the dribbling, and then not on the passing. So Ben Yedder might not get an upgrade. Now, EA could still do it where because he's got an 84, the first upgrade on an 84 would be an 86, which would push his 86 up to 87, and then his 88, which is a player of the month, could go to 89 whether they want to or not. This is one of the hardest cards to predict because, one, it comes down to what EA want to do this year because they've done it different every single year. Two, it comes down to if the stats overlap, and they don't. So right now, don't bank on Ben Yedder getting an upgrade, but it's still possible. I would not invest in Ben Yedder, even if he is going to go from 83 to 84. Next up, we're going to look at Papu Gomez, which is a 86 rated card now off of being 85 rated to start the year. Alejandro Gomez has a few cards, and he has that Road to the Final card as well, which is something that we are definitely going to have to talk about. He's got an inform that's 86 rated. The Road to the Final is 87, which would just simply push his 86 to 87, and then the Road to the Final from 87 to 88. Pretty straightforward there. Next up, we've got Benzema, which is a card that relates to me because I have Benzema's Road to the or Team of the Tournament card, which is 89 rated right here, which should get an upgrade. So he's upped to 88 rated. He started the year with an 87, so he'll go from 87 to 88. The 88 will go to 89, and then the 89 to 90. Just a little +1 upgrade on him. Casemiro is the exact same. Exact same on Casemiro. Same team as well. 87, which is what he started the year as, and he is subject to get upgraded to 88 rated, so his 87 will go to 88. These cards, the UEFA Champions League rares, let's go ahead and talk about them right now because I don't know. And if I knew, I would let you guys know. I would stay away from them because I don't know if EA are going to treat them like gold cards, kind of how they have the rest of the year. And these UEFA Champions League rare cards are going to stay the same rating, and then they're just going to go into packs as an 88. Or is that 87 going to automatically change to an 88? I don't know. It's the first year of this, so I have no idea what they're going to do about the rating of these cards because they kind of are the same as gold cards this year. If they don't treat them the same as gold cards, I think that would be pretty cool. But I can't bank on that as an investment right now because we just don't have that information. And I'll keep asking, and I'll let you guys know once I find out. But the 88 will go up to 89 rated on Casemiro. We've got 3 more cards from 3 different leagues. So we've got Pizzi. The Pizza Man is going to be an upgraded card. And he's got some informs. So we're going to go ahead and take a look and see if those cards actually do overlap. So look at the dribbling stat, 83, and the dribbling stat of the 86. So it looks like since the Pizzi is going to go up to 85 rated, that would naturally be the normal upgrade for Pizzi. 85 to 86, you wouldn't have to change it, but the dribbling does overlap, which means I think that the inform is going to go to 87 rated. So if you wanted to pick up a Pizzi at 86, he'll go to 87. Not a huge upgrade, but definitely at least notable, especially with a high-rated player. Di Maria has spent the last couple of years working his way back up in rating after I thought that he had kind of fallen off a little bit ever since he left Real Madrid. He has been playing his ass off for PSG the last couple of years, and he started the year as an 86 rated, and he's going to get upgraded to 87, which he's already got an inform of at 87, so that inform is going to go to 88, but then we've got a player moments card at 89. Is that going to get upgraded? I don't know. But looking at the 87 and looking at the physicality stat, it doesn't look like the new Di Maria is going to get an upgrade on physicality, which would be the way to getting him to upgrade. If you look at passing, however, passing goes to 85. That means that the 87 is going to have to get upgraded on passing to 86. They could leave the player moments at 86 passing. It would overlap with the other inform, but it could be left at 87 passing. Defensively, there's no upgrade. Dribbling-wise, he's got a big enough upgrade between the 88 and the 91 not to change. And then with the pace, 84, 85, 90, it looks like the only hope for the 89 player moments to get upgraded would be with that passing stat. So we'll see if that overlap does grant him that +1 to 90 rated. but I wouldn't bank on that either. Although that's an untradeable card, so you're just hoping for the best if you have that card. All right, we're going to finish off this episode with one more card, and then that's going to be it. So if you guys learned anything in this episode, if it helped you out at all, if you enjoyed at all, please drop a like on it. I would really appreciate it. And if you made it to the end of the video, just go ahead and comment down a player down below. Comment a player that you think is going to get an upgrade for winter refresh that I didn't mention in this video. Just comment any player and I'll know you made it to the end of the video. So the last player we're going to talk about is Iker Muniain. So Muniain is an 82 rated player to start the year, and he's got an upgrade to 83. And if you look at all of the different stats, none of the stats actually overlap on it from his 83 to the 84 rated inform, which means that if EA want to not follow the upgrade formula, they wouldn't have to, although it would be normal for him to get an 85 rated upgrade because the base card would be 83, so the first inform should be 85. Now, again, since none of the stats overlap, they don't have to, but they could. Again, it's just depending on how they do it this year. Again, they've changed it every year. And they aren't consistent every time with it either. Especially last year, you saw some examples where they did upgrade them and some examples where they didn't. So that's what you should expect for the Iker Muniain. Either way, he is going to get an 83 rated card, which will just add to the help of those Spanish 83s. Just so many Spanish 83 rated cards in La Liga, especially for SBCs. So I'm excited for Muniain to get an 83 to help us with squad building challenges. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As I said, drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Peace out.